Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could play through a song called All the Way Home by Tamar Braxton. And we're going to start off kind of in root position and kind of walk through some things. We're going to end up capoing this on 5th fret to kind of match the recording. But we're going to start off on an F major chord. And if you know the bar F major, we'll talk about an easier option too. But you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major bar chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And on our intro, actually, just kind of this waiting F. But if you don't want to play the bar chord, you play something called F major 7. And we play F major 7. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major chord, or F major 7. It sounds really, really happy. And from the F, actually, there's a couple different hits, actually. We'll talk about those in a moment. But a really easy way out would be doing F major and then go into a G major. And the way you play G major, first finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G, we're going to be going to an E minor chord. E minor. First finger stays on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And from the E minor, we go back to our F major chord. But then we go to a D minor chord, and we play D minor. First finger goes to the high E on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and the third or the 4th finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the D minor, we're going to go back to our G major, and then our E minor chord, and then our F major chord. So that's basically kind of our verse progression. Now, a lot of times with a song like this, though, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the F and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, which can kind of work for our intro. And if we tried that through our verse progression, we'd have F, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, down, up, D minor, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, down, up. Now there are also some cool bass hits actually on that very first F. If you wanted to, you can kind of throw in an A minor chord really quickly. And then when you play A minor, first finger stays on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. So another option for that verse would be doing the F with a down, down, up, up, and then hitting the A minor for a down, up, and then going to the G with the whole strum pattern. And then on the E minor, you might want to do a similar idea actually to the G chord. E minor, down, down, up, G with a down, up, and then the F with a down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that idea actually, and we can really do that same idea for the D minor to A minor. A minor on the last down, up, G, E minor, down, down, up, G, F, almost like a little chord lick. So if we tried it that way, we'd have F, down, up, A minor, G, down, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, F, down, down, up, D minor, down, up, A minor, G, down, down, up, D minor, down, up, G, F, down, down, up. So basically using that for our verse, and actually a little variation of that for our pre-chorus, and then that progression becomes our chorus, and then we have a little chorus tag that kind of alternates between the A minor, so kind of like a waiting move. And then we go back into our verse, back through our pre-chorus, back through our chorus, until we hit our bridge part. And on our bridge, actually, we got some other chords where we start off on F major, and then we go to our G major chord, and then we go to a C major chord. And when you play C major, first finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. From the C, we're going to be going to our A minor chord, but then we go to a D minor chord, and then we kind of have a really quick B7 to an E minor change. And when we play B7, First finger goes to the D on the 1st fret, second finger on the A string 2nd fret, third finger on the G string 2nd fret, and the pinky on the high E string 2nd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B7 chord, and it sounds really nasty in a way. And then we go to an E minor chord, and then we go to an A minor chord, but then we go to an E major chord, where we kind of take that shape, and now we're going to set it up with first finger on the G string 1st fret, second finger on the A string 2nd fret, third finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really happy. And then from the E, we go to a G major chord, but then we go to a D major chord, and we play D major. First finger goes to the G string 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really happy. And then from the D, we go to an F major chord, but then we go to a B flat major chord. And if you know the bar B flat, you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, and then you go 3rd fret on the D string, 3rd fret on the G, and 3rd fret on the B string. And that sounds a B flat major chord. And you may want to even kind of try that as kind of a double bar idea with the 3rd finger to cover that. Or if you're just starting out or just want to avoid the bars, you could do first finger on the high E on the 1st fret, third finger on the G string 3rd fret, pinky on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the top 3 strings or top 4 strings, that's another B flat major. Or you could take the 2nd finger and kind of add it in on that 4th fret or 3rd fret on the D string to kind of make that a little bit thicker. And then from the B flat, we go back to G major. So the weird part is some of our chords kind of have, and kind of just doing down ups on those chords can kind of work. So we tried our bridge with our strum pattern. We have F, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, up, down, up, D minor, down, up, D7, down, up, A minor, down, up, A minor, down, up, E major, down, up, G, down, up, D, down, up, F, down, up, B flat, down, up, G, down, up, G, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part is to play along with Tamar. Instead of starting on an F major chord, she's starting on a B flat major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 5th fret, then now your F major is really a B flat major, and your G major is really a C major chord, and your E minor is really an A minor chord, and the D minor is really a G minor chord. And when we get to it, the A minor chord is really a D minor chord, and then your C major is really an E flat major, your B7 is really an E7 chord, and the E major chord is really an A major chord, the D major chord is really a G major chord, and the B flat is really an E flat major. But to take it from the very, very beginning, we kind of have those weighting Fs, and you can just kind of work the F as kind of a down, down, up, through that part. And then from there, then we'd be going into our first verse. Now you could just do that without the hits and have the F, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, E minor, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, D minor, down, up, G, down, up, E minor, down, up, F, down, up. Or if you want to add in those licks, then you could have F, down, up, A minor, G, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, F, down, up, D minor, down, up, A minor, G, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, F. And at the end of that verse, we kind of have a big stop time on the F, and you'll kind of hear this bass line come in where you could play open D, and then 1st fret on the D to lead into our pre-chorus part. And our pre-chorus is kind of like the same progression, but now we pick it up on the E minor. So we got our E minor, down, up, G, F, down, up, D minor, down, up, A minor, G, down, up, D minor, down, up, G, F, down, up, and then we kind of go into our first chorus, which is kind of that same progression of the verse. So we got the F, down, up, A minor, G, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, F, down, up, D minor, down, up, A minor, G, down, up, E minor, down, up, G, F, down, up. And at the very end of that, actually, we have this little chorus tag that kind of alternates between F and A minor. So you got F, down, up, A minor, down, Something else I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you could throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the F bar you'd have the low E for the bass. On the F major 7 you'd have the D for the bass. On the A minor you'd have the A for the bass. On the G you'd have low E for the bass. On the E minor you'd have low E for the bass. And on the D minor you'd have the D string for the bass. And on the G you'd have the low E for the bass. So we tried that next verse with basses. We'd have F with the bass, down, up, A minor, G with low E bass, D minor with low E bass, G, F with the bass, down, down, D minor, A minor, G, E minor, G, F, and then we kind of have another stop time at the end of that verse. And you could even kind of throw in that bass line again to kind of lead into the pre-chorus part. So we try our pre-chorus with basses. We'd have E minor, G, F, D minor, A minor, G, E minor, G, F. And then from there, we'd be going into our next chorus. So we tried that with basses. We'd have the F, A minor, G, E minor, G, F, E minor, A minor, G, E minor, G, F. Now something else that I think about adding to the song though too, and this could be a cool thing to do, is trying it fingerstyle. And especially you'll hear parts of the song that are kind of like this. And if you're interested in that, the thumb kind of becomes your bass player for your D and your A and your E string. And you can kind of lock the index finger into the G string, middle finger into the B string, and ring finger into the high E string, and kind of work the idea of kind of a bass index middle ring, or bass G, B, E, string wise. And so if you wanted to, you could kind of work that through that idea of just kind of the F twice, G with low E bass, E minor with low E bass, and then the F. And kind of go back to almost like that abbreviated form, but now kind of working that is kind of a broken chord idea or an arpeggio idea for the right hand. So that might be something else you might want to kind of work on, and actually that could be a very hip way to work it through the whole song actually. F, G, E minor, F, D minor, G, E minor, F. So we're going to kind of play around with that. And then we basically be repeating that until we get to our bridge part. And on our bridge, if we tried our bridge with basses, we'd have F with the bass, down, up, down, up, G with low E bass, C with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, D minor with a D bass, B7 with an A bass, E minor with low E bass, A minor with an A bass, C with low E bass, G with low E bass, D with a D bass, F with a bass, down, up, B flat, G with low E bass, D with low E bass. Or you could kind of work that as a fingerstyle idea and have the F, then we'll be going into our last chorus. So what you may want to do actually is kind of take all these ideas, actually, if there are other strum patterns or other licks that you know around these chords too. You may want to kind of play around with it a little bit, kind of mix it up. So feel free to kind of make this lesson your own. That's the basics of how you could strum through and kind of easily fingerstyle through All the Way Home by Tamar Braxton. So good luck!